Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. It's Commander Belay, and this is another Chelsea transfer news daily video for you guys, of course. And we have a lot of news to talk about. Dries Mertens, Mark Gay completing his loan move to Swansea City, Reece James potentially signing a new 5-year contract with Chelsea, a potential Nathan Ake return, and of course we will be speaking about Jadon Sancho and some breaking news regarding him. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new here. Make sure you hit the bell notification for every time I do upload, and comment down below thoughts and opinions in the comment section below on each player that I do speak about. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, of course, starting off with Jadon Sancho. Now, Jadon Sancho, of course, yesterday it came out from Sky Sports News that Jadon Sancho will not be leaving in January transfer window. Dortmund have confirmed that the director of Dortmund, Mark Zorc, he also said that Jadon Sancho will not be leaving until at least the summer because he's crucial to them in the Bundesliga, the fight for the Bundesliga to win it, and to also compete in the Champions League. He is their talisman, essentially. And of course, Dortmund want to strike a bidding war for him in the summer transfer window after the Euros to inflate Jadon Sancho's price. So a summer transfer window move is more logical and the more likely solution. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning Jadon Sancho, of course, you guys will know that, is because today it came out that a Dortmund source, a source close to Borussia Dortmund, stated and basically told the Independent news article that Chelsea are the most likely destination for Jadon Sancho in the summer. Now, weeks ago, I kept stating that we are currently the front runners for Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, we know, is a natural Chelsea fan. His best mates play for Chelsea. He grew up in South London as well, which is also quite close to Chelsea itself. We're setting an elite project, Frank Lamar's project of chasing Manchester City, Liverpool, and also to become one of those elite big boys in the next 2 to 3 to 4 years. It's very promising and it's very appealing to a player like Jadon Sancho. So it makes sense. The other options you've got, of course, you've got PSG, Liverpool, Manchester United. The only obstacle and the only issue we have at this moment in time is, of course, Manchester City, because Manchester City have first dibs on him. So essentially, they get to keep tabs and tracks of the offers that go in for him. That's part of the sale and the negotiation made with Borussia Dortmund at the time. When they sold Jadon Sancho to Borussia Dortmund, they basically agreed that they get to have first dibs. They get to be detailed and also told what is surrounding what's going on regarding Jadon Sancho. So at the moment, Manchester City do have the upper hand when it comes to, of course, negotiation tactics. However, like I said, it does make sense that Chelsea are the front runners. He's our project is appealing. Frank Lampard's project. His best mates live there, and he's also a natural Chelsea fan. So it does make a lot of logical sense in that way as well. And like I said, I think that, it's fantastic news. Independent are also quite a reliable news article, and they wouldn't be revealing this stuff like this if they knew that it was trustworthy and reliable. And I think that it's positive news. Of course, like I said, it was highly unlikely that a Jadon Sancho move can be triggered in this month. And of course, Dortmund don't want to let Jadon Sancho go in a Pulisic type deal because, like I mentioned, they want to create a bidding war in the summer, especially with the likes of Manchester United and also after the Euros to inflate his price. So of course, we know that Jadon Sancho won't be leaving this month. So, any hope that you had, don't hope for it now. He's crucial and vital for Borussia Dortmund's charge for the Bundesliga and, of course, the Champions League. But moving on to the second player that does regard Nathan Ake. Now, the reason why I'm talking about Nathan Ake, like I said, another player that I've mentioned in previous videos as well. The reason why I want to mention Nathan Ake is because, of course, there have been multiple reports. Now, once again, the Independent, an English news article, basically stated that the return of Nathan Ake to replace either Marcus Alonso or Andreas Christensen is Chelsea's most likely piece of business this month. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because today Lampard had a press conference and he was asked regarding transfers, ins and outgoings, of course, and he was asked about Andreas Christensen, and he basically ruled out a sale of Andreas Christensen this month. Andreas Christensen will definitely not be leaving this month. So, as a result, the reason why I'm mentioning this is that if we do sign Nathan Ake, it will be a Marcus Alonso replacement. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Nathan Ake is a centre-back, Marcus Alonso is a left-back. How does that make sense? Well, Nathan Ake is very versatile. He can also play left-back as well as centre-back. Now, my theory, what I've also been told is that, of course, we know Nathan Ake is a centre-back, but he will be Marcus Alonso's replacement. Andreas Christensen will be staying. He will be Marcus Alonso's replacement. There's a good chance Marcus Alonso could be leaving in this window. He'll be Marcus Alonso's replacement. Left back, we'll have Emerson and Nathan Ake for the rest of the season. And in the summer transfer window, we'd either go for a proper world-class left back, such as Alex Telles or a Benjamin Chilwell. And then, of course, we could have a centre-back like a Rudiger leaving in the summer, and Nathan Ake would be one of the rotational centre-backs or a starting centre-back, which makes more logical sense. Like I said, if we do sign Nathan Ake, it will be a Marcos Alonso replacement for like a stopgap replacement until we can get a proper world-class Marcos Alonso replacement. And of course, the reason why I mention this, like I said, is because, we know that Andreas Christensen won't be leaving this month. Lampard had a press conference today and he completely ruled out the sale of Andreas Christensen in this month, so it makes sense. But like I said, leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. Would you want to see Nathan Ake at Chelsea? Do you think he can do a job at left back for the remainder of the season, or do you want us to go for an elite centre back? And do you think we can sign elite centre back in this current window? We know how difficult it is to conduct world class business in January transfer window, but at the same time, we don't want to bulk up and sign a lot of mediocre players that are essentially going to be bench fillers. So you need to also take that into consideration. Now, getting on to the next story as regards Dries Mertens. Now, Dries Mertens, it seems like we're getting linked with every single Dick and Dom and Harry on the planet, honestly. It's like we're trying to sign a squad here. We know that we didn't have a summer transfer window, but, the news articles going ham with the rumours. Now, the next one on the agenda was Dries Mertens. Now, Le Temps Sports were the first French publications to break this news. This came late last night, and they basically saying that Chelsea are in discussions over a potential move for Dries Mertens after the forward decided that he will not be signing a new contract with Napoli. Now, we were linked to him when we had Sarri, of course, time when we signed Higuain last January. We were after a striker. We knew Morata was leaving. He went to Atletico Madrid. And we were after a striker. Dries Mertens was on the shortlist at the time, and it was a very possible solution. Of course, he worked under Mauricio Sarri. He thrived under Sarri. He played in that system, in that false nine system. However, of course, that deal never materialised. And basically, the 10 Sport are stating that we're going to be back in for him because, of course, there's unrest with Napoli. Napoli are not in a good predicament at the moment. A lot of their fans are having troubles with the players. The players are unsettled. And it looks like Dries Mertens won't be signing a contract with Napoli. Now, we need to take into consideration that do we necessarily need him until the summer? He would be a smart buy, but of course, it's not a long-term solution. Dries Mertens is 33 years of age. He hasn't played too well this season either. And in the Premier League, of course, age does, bring out a lot of your side. Of course, in the Serie A, the older you are, you can probably get away with it. However, in the Premier League, the older you are, it does start to expose you a bit. I don't think he would thrive in the Premier League. He would demand a lot of wages, high wages as well. So I don't think there'd be a smart move to sign Dries Mertens at this moment in time. There's a lot of other players that are more logical, better options at the moment. I wouldn't be against signing Dries Mertens. However, like I said, it would only have to be a 6-month loan. I don't want any permanent deals. The guy's 33. He hasn't been firing so far this season. If it was a permanent deal, it would make no sense whatsoever. I like the play. He's quick, he's agile, his finishing is immense. But like I said, he's approaching 34 years of age, and it wouldn't make sense as a permanent deal. But that's just my thoughts, opinions. Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. Would you want to see Dries Mertens at Chelsea? If not, leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But getting into the next story, as regards Marc Guéhi. Marc Guéhi has completed his 18-month loan move to Swansea City in the Championship. Now we know, of course, centre-back from the academy. It will be a 6-month loan deal with the option to extend of a 12-month loan deal. So it could potentially be an 18-month loan deal. A very good loan option for Marc Guéhi, of course. Championship club. He could thrive there. Great ball-playing centre-back, quick, agile, very good on the ball. Interceptions, reading the game is elite as well. The guy has a big future. And I think he could do well at Swansea. If he does well at Swansea, he can then move up and move to a Premier League club loan. And then hopefully one day he could actually play for Chelsea because these loans are starting to mean something. But it's confirmed Marc Guéhi is now a Swansea City player for the next 18 months on loan. So let's see how he progresses. Let's monitor his situation. We're quite interesting to see how he develops and does at Swansea City. Now, getting to the last piece of news for this transfer day does regard Thomas Lemar. Now, Thomas Lemar, I mentioned him in my yesterday's video. Now, I was told by a source this morning that essentially Atletico Madrid have actually offered Chelsea Thomas Lemar to sign on loan. So they've actually offered him to us. So it'd be easier to sign Lemar if we wanted to. Now, I was told that the agents and the representative of Chelsea have basically met with Atletico Madrid, and they've stated that their priority is a striker and a centre-back in this current transfer window. And if we do secure strikers and centre-backs in this current window, then we will try and sign Lemar if he's still available. Now, the the problem here is that Atletico Madrid have offered Lamar to 10 other clubs as well. So we're not the only club that Atletico Madrid have offered Lamar to. And also, we have to get a striker and centre-back. That is what Frank Lampard wants. That's what I was told is a priority. And then if Thomas Lemar is still available, then we'll try and sign Lemar on a £5 million loan deal until the end of the season. But leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this Chelsea Transfer Day news video, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. Make sure you hit the bell notification for every time I do upload. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Peace.